Straight up at 8 o'clock. The timing could not be better. 8 o'clock in the morning. Welcome to a Thursday edition of the Mornings with Ed show. As we do on Thursdays at 8, it is time for the Artist Corner. We've had this artist on several times on the program. And I'm not kidding. I swear I'm not blowing smoke in your face. He is among my favorite people to talk to. Period. Artist, not artist, it doesn't matter. Andrew Myers has the Andrew Myers Art Gallery on Forest. It's over at 224. Is it 224 Forest?
224,
yeah. Downtown business owner, a gallerist, an artist, and always a great conversation. Good morning, Andrew.
Good morning, Ed.
How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic.
Good. I have to let the audience know that every time we have him on, he texts me ahead of time with an offer of delicious coffee or espresso or latte. And then I think, no, I'm okay. I'm full on coffee. But my coffee's crap compared to the stuff you offer me, man.
Well, I keep telling you, you should take me up on that.
I will. Even if I have to dump my coffee, I will absolutely take you up the next time. I promise. So how have the last several weeks been for you?
I'm gonna say fantastic.
All right.
It's a tricky thing being an artist.
Right.
And I found, that there's a period in my life right now where I'm seeing the bigger picture.
Right.
I'm seeing what I've done and what I've accomplished. And when I say I've accomplished, I'm not talking about art-wise. I'm talking about the people I've surrounded myself with.
Right.
My team. I've got 3 guys at the studio. I've got Shelly at the gallery. And I'm just surrounded by people that want to see me succeed, that are part of the group.
Right.
And I always speak in we, right?
Right.
Because it's not just me.
Right.
And one of the best things I've ever done, I think, as an artist is surround myself by people who care, because it's a very lonely journey. And, this last week, giving back to the community, being a part of certain things. Yesterday, I had an awesome moment in Los Angeles. It's been a good week.
All right. And that's, again, one of the many reasons I love speaking with you is you are so introspective. You actually look at the guy in the mirror. A lot of people see themselves in the mirror and move on. You look at that person in the mirror.
That's my job. Literally, that's my job, right?
So what happened yesterday in L.A.? Share that with us.
We went up to see Howie Mandel.
Okay. I love Howie.
Yeah. He randomly popped in my gallery over a year ago.
Right.
And he had Shelly film him, and he sent me a video.
Right.
Just expressing his gratitude for what I do. And he invited me up to his studio last year, developed a relationship with him. And not so much Howie, but Sonny. Sonny is his musician, his lead musician, one of the coolest guys I've ever met. I mean, heart of gold. Right. And when I had the show at the Honecker Foundation, Sonny, and it's called the Black Pack, Sonny and the Black Pack, they all drove down and showed up. And this is after meeting them once, right? It meant the world to me. Right. So I wanted to give back to Howie and Sonny, so I did some portraits of them in screws, and we unveiled them yesterday. And it's cool, man. It's cool, like someone like Howie Mandel has my back. Mm-hmm. And
I love that.
It was an awesome moment.
Right. I got your back too. You ever need it, man, I got your back too.
And I'm realizing this. A lot of people have my back.
Right. And sometimes surprisingly so. You don't realize how many people are actually supportive of you until they are supportive of you.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's true. I'm not someone to ask for favors. Right. I've always felt I was like carving this path on my own, and it's really nice to realize I'm not.
Right.
Yeah.
I have always found, again, this isn't going to be the, and it should be the let's hold Andrew, let's hold him on our shoulders in a victory dance thing, but I've always found that it shows in your art, first of all, it shows in your gallery and how you've set it up, but you, personally, you lack any pretense whatsoever. Do you ever feel pretentious? I can't imagine you feeling pretentious.
I wouldn't say pretentious. We had the kids from Annalise School visit the studio on Tuesday, and one of the kids asked me, am I famous? And I had to pause and think about it for a second. It's like, the last thing I want is fame. That's the last thing I want. I see these famous people, and I know a lot of famous people. It's a terrible life, right? I want my artwork to be famous. I want to be behind the scenes. Pretentiousness, no.
Right,
I'm just
no.
grateful.
Yeah.
I'm grateful, I get to show up and do what I do.
Right.
And, when I look at me 20 years ago, hoping and wishing that this could be my life, and now it is, I'm just grateful.
You mentioned yourself 20 years ago, and I think that's one of the questions I have for you. I meant to ask you last time, and as you walked away, I went, personal growth, and the personal growth that, having children gives you. Gives
Right.
you a certain perspective you couldn't imagine having beforehand. But personal growth, does that equal artistic growth? Could you have been the same artist that you are now 25 years ago?
Not at all.
Right.
Not at all. And 20 years ago, you imagine me as a 22-year-old kid,
Right.
right?
Hold
Wanting.
on, let me do the math backwards. Wow, okay.
Yeah, I'm 45.
Okay, yeah.
Wanting to be famous,
Right.
right? Wanting success in
Right.
that way. And then, personal growth, artistic growth, it's all a journey, right?
Right.
And the better you get at life, the better you get at art. I mean, no question about it.
Right.
So
And for a second here, kind of staying or dovetailing off of that, high points and low points and what that does to the actual work. If you find yourself in a low point in life for a month or 10 months or a year, whatever, compared to a really high point. Right now, I would imagine a really high point in your life. You've got this personal discovery or whatever it is. It's cool. It seems blossomy to me.
yeah.
In a low point in your life, can you be as creative artistically?
So the low points are the most creative.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, when you're at a high point, the last thing you want to do is get in the studio and express that. You want to enjoy it,
Okay.
right?
All right.
When you're at your lowest, that's when you start to look in the mirror. That's when you start to wonder how you got there. That's why, or when you start to, be introspective
Right.
and sit down and try to figure it out.
Right.
Low points are, I think, for musicians, for artists, for anyone who's creative, that's where the true beauty comes from.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. All right.
So-
And again, your magnificent artwork over the years. I don't think it defines necessarily a low point, but I'm glad you had them. I don't know if that sounds good.
And I will continue to have them, man. We're all in this thing called life, right?
It's a roller coaster,
It
man.
is a roller coaster, and there's no way to protect yourself from that. It's like when you're at your highest, you think you'll never be down again,
Right.
and then you get there, and you think you'll never go up again, and then you get there also, and it is that roller coaster, and all we can do is ride it, right? And my job is to express my ride,
Right.
and
As you said, your job is to look in the mirror.
yeah,
Right.
pretty much.
So you showed me a photograph of a work of art you'd been working on.
Yeah.
Can I mention it? Can I talk
Of
about
course,
it?
of
Okay.
course.
So
Yeah.
so I haven't I couldn't describe it to the audience properly because it's not necessarily an orb around, but it is magnificent in its. It makes me think. It's art that makes me stop and think, and it is reflective. It shines back. It's a mirror, basically, to me. It's a mirror back at me. Describe what it is, what you titled it.
So it's a part of a series that I'm going to do called Reflections.
Okay.
And it's literally a reflection. It's an oil painting that I recreated from a photograph of a stainless steel ball in my studio.
Right.
And when I bought this stainless steel ball for a couple $1,000s off a whim, having lunch with my team,
Right.
it's a long story, but I was trying to capture like a perfect reflection, right? When I put it in my studio, I realized it captured things you don't look at: the ceiling, the floor,
Right.
what's behind you. It was crazy. So we photographed this, and I did a self-portrait of me in my studio, and I tried to recreate it on a convex shape
Right.
that we had to. It's basically on a painting on top of a sculpture to recreate what this orb looked like.
Right.
And it was quite the experience. I have about 200 hours in that painting, which is unheard of for me because I've got 4 full-time employees, right?
Right.
Got to pay the bills.
Right.
So we do what we have to pay the bills. So for me to have 200 hours where I could actually work on this piece was amazing, and that's partially because of the team I've assembled now. The job is to get me in the studio,
Right.
and they're doing an amazing job. So it's been, we're going to show it. We open on Saturday,
Okay.
and you can come by and see it. I've never seen anything like it.
I haven't either.
And that's my goal.
Right.
That as an artist, that is my goal, to keep having fun,
Right.
being creative, but coming up with things that only I can come up with.
Right.
And that to me is success. And when someone walks by this art piece, love it or hate it, you're going to look at it, and you're going to give it the credit
Right.
it deserves, right? You can walk away and say, I don't like it. That's great.
No, you're not going to walk away.
But you're not going to not look at it.
I cannot erase the image. Just what you showed me on your cell phone of it, I cannot erase that image from my brain.
Thank you,
It is
Ed.
seared in there, man. And I'll be honest with you, when you were when you had the exhibition at the Honacar Gallery,
Yeah.
there were pieces of yours that I had never seen before, and all I could think to myself was, freaking God, man, this guy has got something going on here. And I was one of hundreds who felt that way. That has to be. That has to be. It's got to feel good. I know that, but it has to be kind of this daunting thing to keep that level high. And do you feel that pressure?
No.
Love this.
No, there's no pressure. I mean, what it is, it's an exploration of life, right?
Right.
So I think I get a little bit smarter every day, a little bit nicer every day, a little more patient every day. But my goal is to explore who I am and what I'm dealing with, and I get so much joy, never off the sale,
Right.
never off a compliment.
Right.
I get joy being in the studio, and wowing myself is the coolest thing in the world. So you're going to see this piece on Saturday.
Right.
I've already had my moments with it. I've had my romance with it, right?
Right.
And now I'm on to the next thing. But the journey for me is the most beautiful thing.
Right. Now, you mentioned 200 hours working on it.
Yeah.
Do you take time to work on multiple items in those 200 hours? Jesus, dude.
Yeah.
All right.
So the one thing, artists nowadays, like if you want to make it, you can't be lazy,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
I show up to work.
No one would ever accuse you of that.
Right. No,
Yeah.
no. But I show up to work at 8 a.m.
Right.
We have our meeting in the morning with my team, and I get in the studio Monday through Friday every day,
Right.
and I work my ass off, and it's actually pure joy for me. That's what I'm meant to do. Purpose is such a big thing in life. I see so many people who have the money and they retire and they say they're going to do all these things, and once the purpose is gone,
Right.
it's kind of downhill from there. So I know my purpose. I know what I'm supposed to be doing, so I'm going to do it.
Yeah. I don't own a set of golf clubs or a Winnebago.
Right.
I just
Right.
don't, man. That's not going to be me ever. So the art that you create,
Yeah.
is there ever a piece that when you finish it, it's yours? You're not going to sell it. It's yours.
So that is the funniest question you could ask right now, because we just had this conversation as a team, and we decided to, I can't afford my own work, and that's the truth.
Right.
If someone wants to buy it, we have to sell it.
Right.
But we decided it's important now to at least keep one piece a year.
Right.
So this piece at the gallery is not for sale.
Okay.
We're just showing it.
Right.
And yeah, it's time to start mounting a private collection.
Okay. There you go.
So
There you go.
yeah, this is one of them, and I think the first of anything that I do that I feel is innovative or new or something I'm proud of.
Right.
We're just gonna keep in a private collection.
Right. And with that, and without getting too morose, without getting too dark here,
Right.
when you're gone, when you're long gone, and now all we have is your art to remember you by,
Right.
what will that be like for the art itself?
Try to rephrase the question, because I'm not.
So, okay, it's 50 years past the time we lost Andrew at the ripe old age of 98.
No thanks.
But 50 years beyond that,
Right.
your art will, for me, in my opinion, in my humble, just my naked eye opinion, your art will survive.
Yes.
Do you think about that? Do you think about your art surviving past you, and where it hangs and where it sits and who displays it and who exhibits it?
I've never been someone to think about legacy too
Okay.
much.
All right.
I feel like while you're alive is when you're supposed to make an impact.
Right.
Do I think my story will carry on in history? I do, and
Yeah.
and that's the hope, right?
Right.
And the hope is that my grandkids and great grandkids will someday see my work in some crazy museum and say that was my grandfather and be proud of me.
Right.
But no, I mean, to be present, right,
Okay.
is the most important thing to me.
Right. And you-
Um,
yeah.
Not, when I pass, I pass.
Right. Yeah. All right. Well, congratulations. You're checking every box here, man. Congratulations. I love that.
thank
I
you.
love that response. So the keeping a piece every year
Yep.
for your, no one gets to buy it. Will you go back in time now and maybe keep pieces from the previous 10 years?
I don't
Whatever?
have much. I've been lucky. I've sold almost everything I've ever done.
I know you would have.
So-
Yeah.
So, yeah, I the reason I'm doing that isn't for a legacy. It isn't for like the big museum show. It's kind of a bank account for my son.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
a bank account for the people that have been a part of my life.
Right.
And, once I get to where I know I'm going to get,
Right.
it's a good savings account.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
All right. And I want to talk about parenting for a second. How, again, you were born in Germany, raised in Spain. Your parents are of what nationality?
So they're American.
Okay.
They were doing missionary work in Spain.
Okay.
So I grew up as a missionary kid, a preacher's kid, and
Right, okay.
all those great things.
Okay.
Uh,
And how do you raise your son differently or similarly to how you were raised?
so basically, Mr. Peter Blake just walked by. Yeah.
Great gallery up the road.
Oh, he's the best.
Yeah.
I feel like I do everything opposite
Okay.
of
yeah.
how I was raised.
Okay.
I don't really appreciate the way I was raised. I love my parents to death. I love my family. I love the experience of growing up in Spain. I mean, Spanish was my first language.
We spoke Spanish
Yeah.
last time you were here. I
Yeah,
loved knowing how fluent you are.
Yeah, no, all my schooling was in Spanish.
Right.
I had to I got set back a year when I came to the U.S. because my English wasn't up to par.
Okay.
I think it might be okay now.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's all right. But no, I mean, raising my son, I learned from the mistakes my parents made. I learned from just how I felt as a kid that I never wanted to feel again.
Were they too strict?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they were too strict, but it wasn't about strict. It was about, I look at my son Crosby now, and I give him relevance. He's 14, and when I say relevance, is his opinion matters to me. When I was a kid, my opinion did not matter.
Right.
My parents did what they were going to do. Never questioned, involved us. Like, we were just along for the ride.
Right.
And I see what it does when you give a child relevance
Right.
and you give them an opinion and you actually care as an adult what they think.
Their decision matters.
It absolutely
Right.
matters. So, I'm not perfect. Obviously, if you talk to Crosby, he thinks I'm the best, but I'm sure when he's older, he'll be like, my dad messed up here and there.
Right.
But everyone says I did my best. I am really trying to do my best.
Right.
And I know I fail a lot of times, but,
We all do.
I am absolutely trying.
Right. My daughter's 32 years old, and from the time she was a tiny child, she always seemed to make good decisions. And I think I give great credit to her mother, who is still among my best friends, and in letting her make her own decisions and make her own mistakes if necessary.
Right.
And still to this day, at 32, she makes great decisions, and I think you'll find the same thing with Crosby. I think.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think you will. I think that freedom, that's so important.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on, man. Congratulations.
No,
Yeah.
kids are amazing.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been gifted a human soul that my job is to take care of them, right? And it puts a smile on my face every time I think
doing
of,
it right
this.
now.
Yeah, every
It's
time I
doing it
think
right
of
now.
this little kid, it's like I'm in charge of this human being, and it's the coolest thing in the world.
Right on.
So
Tell us about tomorrow. About what can we expect when we go and visit the gallery.
tomorrow, today's Thursday.
Today's Thursday,
it's
so it's Saturday, day after tomorrow.
What you can expect is what I'm good at besides doing art is throwing a great party.
All right.
Right? So you can expect half of the town coming out to grab a few drinks and say hi.
Right.
Community building.
Right.
You know, I'm not sure that opening up this gallery was the right choice for me.
Right.
But when I set my mind to something, and it's something I'm very proud of that I did, that I accomplished,
Right.
I kind of forgot that being a gallery owner is a full-time job, you know, and I already have a full-time job.
Which is why your team is so important.
It's so important.
So incredibly important.
Absolutely important. But what you can expect tomorrow is it's not, we don't have a pretentious gallery where you're going to walk in and silently look at the work and walk away. You're going to walk in and meet a bunch of people from town. It's community building. It's hanging out with people. It's surrounding myself with the community that I absolutely love.
I go right back to that lack of pretense in you. There is no pretension in Andrew Myers, man. Not in your art, not in your
There's
gallery.
no time for that, man. There just isn't, because when you start to feel like you're riding that high horse, right, you get knocked down so quick. And I've been knocked down before. It's not worth it.
A local question that came up last night. Last night at City Council, they had a special meeting on the promenade, and as you recall, at one time, it wasn't an area for passerbys to walk and take strollers, or for families to hang out and listen to music. It was a parking lot.
Right.
The gallery itself, better off as a promenade?
No.
Okay.
No, it's not.
Tell me your take on that.
So the promenade, I think, is fantastic for the restaurants.
Okay.
Absolutely, because they get more space.
Okay.
When someone's walking by, and what I've noticed, you're walking by, people love to watch people eat. You get what I'm saying? They're looking at what they ordered. They're looking at people
But they're not looking in your
they're
window.
not looking at the shops.
Oh, okay.
They're not going there to shop. They're just
Okay.
people watching, right?
Right.
And that's we love to do that.
Right.
I am not going to form an opinion on whether it should be a parking lot again, or whether it should be a promenade or a street. I'm staying out of it.
Okay.
I'll let
You're planning to succeed no matter what it is.
There are battles worth fighting, and there are battles, that you just sit back and see what happens, and you move on from there, and you just adjust.
Right.
So I'll sit back and see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once again, perspective from this guy. Saturday, what time's the party start?
Starts at 6.
All right.
I expect you there at 5:30 so we can have a martini beforehand.
I will join you in a martini.
Sounds good.
Dry, please.
Oh, my type of guy.
Andrew Myers at the Andrew Myers Art Gallery, Saturday at 6 o'clock. It is absolutely worth every moment you spend in that gallery, and I can't tell you the value of every moment you spend on this radio station in these conversations, Andrew.
I appreciate you, Ed.
All right, I appreciate you. 224 Forest is the Andrew Myers Art Gallery on Forest. Thank you again. We'll talk to you again soon.
Whenever you want.
I'll see you Saturday.
All right.
All right, 8:23 the time. It's the Mornings with Ed show on the all-new Voice of Laguna.